In this video, we're going to look at how we can snooze emails in Spark. We're going to look at this on the Mac, iPad, and iPhone. Now, what do I mean by snoozing emails? Well, when we receive an email in our inbox, what we're able to do is basically snooze that. We can take it out of our inbox and have it come back at a later date. Why would we want to do this? Well, let's say you get an email and you do not need to respond right away with it. Maybe you need to respond within a week. You don't want to deal with it right now. You also don't want to have it sitting in your inbox. Why would you want it in your inbox when you're not going to deal with it right now? So what you can do is you can snooze that so it takes it out of your inbox and then it comes back at a later date that you set. Let's first look at this on the Mac. So I'm looking at Spark here and I have all of these different emails. So Johnny Appleseed emailed me. He needs an answer, but he doesn't need it right now. Maybe he needs an answer by next week Friday or this weekend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond to him later on. Or maybe I have to look something up. So I don't have that information right now. So I don't want this in my inbox. I would like to move this out of the inbox, and then when I'm ready to respond, it comes back into my inbox. That's what snoozing does. To do that, all we have to do is just select the email, and then we go over to the clock here, and you're going to see when I click on it, I'm able to snooze it. So I can snooze it till later today, this evening, tomorrow, the weekend, or I can even pick a date. When I go over to pick a date, I can select what date I want. We have our different times here, and we can customize this. So let's go with later today. So what this is going to do when I click on this is it's going to disappear out of my inbox here, and it's going to reappear at 12 a.m. So that's basically what snooze does. Let's go ahead and do that. It is now snoozed, and it's going to come back at 12. So where did it go? Well, basically what it did is it went into a folder here called Snooze. What I'm able to do is click on this, and I can see all of my different snoozed emails. So here's that email. If I want to open it up, I can do that, and I can bring it back into my inbox by clicking on this and discard the snooze. So I do that, and now it is back in my inbox. It is seen because I read it. So now what I need to do is go over to seen here, and there's the email. Now the nice thing about snoozing is you do not have to have your email client open. Spark will do this even if your email client is closed. So let's see how this works on the iPad and iPhone, and then we'll see how we can customize how long it snoozes it for by default. So I'm going to go to my iPad first, and here's Johnny Appleseed. I want to snooze this. What I do is I go down to the bottom. You're going to see we have this little clock here. I click on it, and I can set when I want to snooze it. And just like with the Mac, I can pick a date and set my own date in there. And then if I want to customize it, I can also customize it here. So with this, what I'm able to do is set when later today is, when this evening is, when tomorrow evening is. I'll show you where this is in the settings app too towards the end of the video. But basically this is where I can go and customize my default options. So I'm going to close this, and I can also set an alert so it'll notify me. Let's see how this works on the iPhone. So I'm looking at my iPhone here. I open up Johnny Appleseed, and down towards the bottom we have my little clock. So I tap on it, and then from here what I'm able to do is set how long I want to snooze it for. And again, I can pick a date. I can also customize it, and I can set a notification. So that's what snooze is. Now let's look at how we customize it. What are the default values for when it snoozes? So let's go back over to my Mac. We're going to look at this on the Mac first. So when I snooze an email, let's go ahead and snooze this. You can see that I have some default options here. Later today is 12 a.m., this evening is 8 p.m., and tomorrow is 9 a.m. What I can do is I can change when that is. So maybe this evening is more like 6 p.m. And later today could be like 4 hours from now or 3 hours from now. I want to set that up as my default. Well, the way that we do that is we go up to Spark, then we go over to Preferences, and then we go over to Scheduling. Under Scheduling, we have our different options here. We're just looking at snoozes here. I'll have other videos on reminders and send later. But basically, I select snoozes. And then from here, what I'm able to do is set when later today is. So let's put this at 2 hours. Maybe this evening is 6 p.m. And I want to have tomorrow evening in there. I want to have another option. So tomorrow is 9 a.m. and tomorrow evening is 6 p.m. Next week is going to be on Monday at 9 a.m. I can also have later this week, which will add a few days, and I can say in a month, so we can set what we want to see. So now when I close this and I snooze this, you're going to see later today is plus 2 hours. I'm recording this at 7 o'clock. My tomorrow and tomorrow evening are 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. And then next week is Monday at 9, just like I set in those default values. We can do the same thing on the iPad and iPhone. So I'm going to go to the iPad here. And what we do is we go to our 3 horizontal lines in the upper left-hand corner. We need to go to Spark Settings. We go down to Settings here. And then what we do is we go to Scheduling. Under Scheduling, just like with the Mac, we have my 3 different types of scheduling. We're focusing on snoozes in this video. And then from here, I'm able to set which ones I want to see and what their default behavior is. If you want it to alert you by default, you can do that as well. And on the iPhone, same kind of thing. What we do is we go to the 3 lines at the upper left-hand corner, and then we go to Settings at the very bottom. We go to Scheduling. We have our different types of scheduling. I go to snoozes here, and from here I'm able to set when each default value is, as well as if I want it to alert me by default. So that is how we snooze our emails. This is one of my favorite features in Spark. It's something that I use on a daily basis. I get an email. I'm not going to work with that email right now. Maybe I don't need to respond to it right away. I don't want it sitting in my inbox. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to snooze it, and then it comes back at a later date. And I can do this on my Mac, iPad, and iPhone. I can have default dates, and I can customize when those dates are. And you can even set notifications, alerts. So that is how Snooze works in Spark on the Mac, iPad, and iPhone.